So into saying we have the evidence, so what is this evidence? In the year 2005-06, the Fitzroy Valley community had attended 50 funerals. This included 13 suicides. Many deaths were in young people, and most were alcohol-related. This prompted the state coroner, Alistair Hope, to initiate an inquiry into the high suicide rates in the Fitzroy Valley in 2007. And he concluded that, and I quote, "Alcohol abuse is both a cause and a result of many problems for Aboriginal people in the Kimberley. The problems associated with alcohol abuse are the most obvious and the most pervasive." At that time, there were about 2,800 adults living in the Fitzroy Valley, and in the Fitzroy Valley we have 2 liquor outlets. Despite the fact that only a small proportion of this population drank alcohol, the 2 outlets took $80,000 a week in alcohol sales, or $29 per week for every adult. They sold 250,000 litres of pure ethanol per year, which equates to 89 litres of ethanol per year for every adult, compared to a national average of 10 litres per adult per annum, which is high on the international scale. Consumption was equivalent to 35 cans of full-strength beer per week for every adult. The community had attempted to deal with the alcohol problem for years and decided effective action was needed. The women spearheaded the initiative to introduce alcohol restrictions. After months of difficult community consultations and hostility, we successfully lobbied the West Australian Liquor Licensing Authority to restrict the sale of anything but low-strength beer from the takeaway outlet. So you couldn't buy any beer, wine or spirits with an ethanol content of above 2.7%. The restrictions were evaluated by the Nulungu Research Institute here at Notre Dame, and the effects were dramatic. A decline in alcohol consumption, alcohol-related violence and alcohol-related hospital admissions, and an increase in school attendance. After 40 years of chronic oversupply of alcohol, the community was given a much-needed respite because everybody was affected. People sometimes say to me, "Oh, but you have just shifted the problem to Broome or Derby or Kununurra." But I would argue that only a small number of people have moved out of Fitzroy, and that if there is a problem in Broome, Derby or Kununurra, we need to consider alcohol management in the context of the Kimberley.